just explain to me, what is the threshold agreement? What is it about? Because it appears as if is that what is at the heart of the disagreement at the moment?
Yes, I mean, you remember, Konani, for AMCU to have organizational right at Lonmin, it has to have more than 50%, which was an agreement that was signed by NUM, Solidarity and UEFA. So thereafter, AMCU is a majority at Lonmin. So same must apply. The management must engage with the majority union to set a threshold, which then it will regulate any union seeking organizational right at the workplace, which that is what becoming an issue for management.
All right, so the tension is between AMCU and NUM about who is the majority union. If you were to simplify that for me, Mr. Mathunjwa.
It's not the tension between, it's a management who made this a tension. Why AMCU, when was seeking organizational right, it did abide with the set agreement at the workplace. What is it difficult for the management to respect the right of the majority union when we're setting the threshold? And for the public to know, AMCU never followed the very same trend of NUM of 50+1 at the workplace, winners take all. We said, let's lower this. It doesn't work. We believe in coexistence. Let's make the threshold to be 30%, which is a norm, is a standard in the industry. So the employer has to respect that, but they want to lower the threshold to 10%, which is against the Labour Relations Act in terms of proliferation of the union at the workplace.
And is that
what more should AMCU do?
Well, before I get to that, but could that also be the reason then why there were these killings over the weekend?
I'm not suggesting that. The point is, the killings, if you remember, it was quiet at Rustenburg. Only when the printing media mentioned that AMCU is 70% at Rustenburg, the following weekend, that's what we experienced. It was quiet. We signed a framework, a peace framework agreement, with all stakeholders, NUM, AMCU, Solidarity, NUMSA, and we could see the fruits of that framework. Then all of a sudden, once the media came up and saying AMCU is a majority at Lonmin, then we experienced these killings.
Mrs. Shoga, please, your response here. Do you also agree that that's the heart of the disagreement, the threshold? Who is the majority and who is the minority union?
Solani, I don't think that as the NUM we had an issue as to who is the majority and who is the minority union. You see, I'm really taken aback by what Mr. Mathunjwa is saying. Because you see, they're actually using double standards. At BHP, they had applied to court together with UASA to say that the threshold of 50+1 must be abolished. You see. But on the other hand, they want to apply a threshold of 50+1 at Lonmin. We have got no problem as a union. If they agree with Lonmin that the threshold of 50+1 is applicable, we basically have got no problem. But on the second issue, there's this issue where he's saying that once it has been announced that AMCU is a majority union at Lonmin, then the violence is taking place. This lacks the truth, especially because the issue of AMCU becoming a majority is not a new one. This has been mentioned by management several times since the beginning of this year, and there has not been any violence. And I must say that we are set aback because I had an interview with his Secretary General yesterday on Tobel FM, where he accused the NUM of having killed Stephen. And we believe as a union that this is actually what is behind what is going on today at Lonmin.